Okay. Gut, wir kriegen noch eine neue Nachricht. Natürlich kriegen wir noch eine neue Nachricht. Okay, let's go. Okay, was ist an dem Bild falsch? Das gefällt mir ganz gut. Das ist ein trinkender. Okay. Gut zu hören. Ich habe den Symmenwachen bereits den Befehl geteilt, die Blockade zu hören, bla bla bla. Die Seilbahnstation war ein Jahrzehnt lang außer Betrieb, sollte jetzt aber bald wieder aufmachen. Ich würde mich sehr freuen, wenn ihr zu meiner Nachfolgezeremonie in die Urwelt kommt. Ja, wir werden dort sein. Dann sehen wir uns dort. Okay. Okay, Bronja, ist cool.
That's our Bronya. Quick as a flash.
Jo. Nice. Also, wir können ein bisschen einsammeln an
She
Stuff.
certainly moves a lot faster than some people I know.
If you haven't got anything nice to say right now, zip it.
Was haben wir hier? Wir laufen noch kurz hier lang, weil hier gibt es coolen Stuff, den wir haben wollen. Ich habe. Oh, das ist Schweinchen. Schweinchen! Ja, das müsste funktionieren.
It's but a vision. Quick!
Nice.
You made it. I thought you were about to miss out on a moment of history.
No way. After all our hard work, how could we miss out on the final celebration, right?
I smell it too.
Genau.
For Oleg and I, not to mention the other adults, reopening the passageway means rediscovering old ways of living. Return to normality. Survival is no longer the top of the agenda.
Okay.
But for the children who were born into this era, who grew up in this isolation, this will be a new life altogether. Once you've tasted freedom, it's difficult to accept a life of separation and isolation. Those of us whose childhoods were marred by tragedy, we must strive to do better for the next generation. I'm sorry. Here I am talking your ear off again. This is a day to remember. We should welcome it with smiles. If you have time, talk to the folks here. Every one of them will tell you about their excitement. Then when you're ready, let's go home.
Okay, also wir können mit ein paar Leuten noch reden.
Finally, I can get back to supervising the cable cars. I thought I'd spend the rest of my life in those mines. Ah, it's you, the liberators of the underworld. You're the first passengers we've had since being sealed off. It'll be my honor to get you to the surface in one piece. Relax. In all my 20 years on the job, there were only ever... Anyway, none of them were serious. So, ready to climb aboard?
Ja, von mir aus.
Sisters, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, gather round. The cable car passenger service is about to restart.
Whoa! Look at the big blue ceiling.
That's not a ceiling, Hook. That's the sky.
So this is the overworld? The air here smells different.
Less rust and geomarrow particles floating around. Take a deep breath, children. This is what freedom tastes like. I never thought I'd live to see the administrative district again. All those years. We've been through a lot, Natasha.
You're right, Oleg. It's funny. The moment I boarded the cable car, my mind was filled with everything I wanted to do on the surface. But now, I just want to sit down, zone out, and watch the people coming and going. And let the day just pass me by.
Enjoy the peace and quiet, Natasha. We earned it.
Okay. Sehr schön
It's
gezeichnet.
Japard. Is he here to meet us?
Ah.
Welcome back to the administrative district, Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore. Please allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment. Thanks for understanding.
Alles gut. Wir sind Buddies.
Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
Huh? That's sooner than I expected. Is she well enough to...
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
Aber sicher doch. Also, wir besuchen die Nachfolgezeremonie. Ja. Die ist richtig? Ja, die muss da hoch, oder? Ja, ist gut.
Look, there's a crowd gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it. Bronya hasn't arrived yet.
Genau, so wir so einen Ort, wo wir zugucken können. Ganz entspannt.
Let's find somewhere to wait.
Guards, formation!
Whoa, this must be it.
Citizens of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me. Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering, and in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of Coole Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance. In the far north, I witnessed with my own eyes the struggle between the late Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us. In her last moments, the Supreme Guardian told me her greatest regret. The order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. People of the underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering, but I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory, and the seed of civilization will not be preserved. And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival, but it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Yarilo 6, will no longer be alone among the stars. But before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Rand, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Wie alt werden die denn? Wenn es so 19 gab in 700 Jahren? Obwohl, vielleicht gab es ganz am Anfang keine. Okay. Alle finden es cool, Bronya. Hast du gut gemacht. Willst du irgendwelche coolen Sachen noch einsammeln kann, bevor ich abhaue? Ja. Die Szene hätte ich allerdings als Sequenz gemacht. Mit automatischen Texten. Einfach als die Videosequenz. Sie war cool, aber sie hätte noch cooler kommen können.
March, Don Hung, And you. It's wonderful you made it to the address. Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute. But I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control.
Wo war Seele eigentlich?
Oh, she was there. She just made sure no one could see her. Azela is still new to the vastness of the overworld. She feels uncomfortable in a big crowd. I'll help her adjust to life here.
That was some speech, Branya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March.
Hier, darauf kommt's an. Kommt an, was du tust.
For her to be honest with the people. But I also want to preserve their hope.
Don Hung, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Machen wir ihre Hoffnung kaputt.
Which means the fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately. I know. Our ancestors wouldn't have risked using one if they'd had other ways of avoiding calamity. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people.
Okay. Wir werden tun, was wir können. Genau, wir helfen, so gut wir
In
können.
that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Yarilo 6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
Und deine.
Congrats! That was one heck of a first trailblazing expedition.
Worth celebrating, I'd say. 2.5.
Oh, okay.
What? That run-of-the-mill, huh?
My scoring criteria are different from
Bei
yours.
2,5? Hallo, das war eine richtig geile Mission.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share?
Komm.
Equally unforgettable, I'm sure. Anyway, don't worry about the future. Live in the moment. Let's go for one more round in the administrative district. I want to take more photos.